Funniness is hard. Go ahead, comment something funny right now. Wow, well, the important thing is you tried. But some people are able to be funny, even professionally. And if they're really good, and this one guy likes them, they get to write and or perform on the longest running sketch comedy TV show in the history of Earth. SNL. Historians disagree what the S and the N might stand for, but the L almost certainly stands for live, because after being written, designed, and rehearsed throughout the week, an episode of SNL is always performed live on Saturday night, satirizing politics, spoofing pop culture, roasting brands, and trying so hard not to break, but we love it when they do. Because anything could happen, it's live TV! I love to laugh. But here's a serious question. What's up with this sketch?
This is a robbery!
No one in the world seems to have noticed, but every time the cast of this bank heist scene, featuring guest Josh Brolin, are in front of these background pictures, there are strange roto shenanigans going on. The other shots seem fine, but the angle with the pictures? Weirdness. Sometimes the edges are just kind of sharp. Other times, there's a distinct vibe of an AI-assisted matting tool like Magic Mask or Roto-Brush on the people's silhouettes. Here it sinks particularly deep into Heidi's hair, and here it makes Bowen's fingers disappear. He needs those fingers to smack away all the Chapel Roan fans. Now, it's no secret that plenty of visual effects are used on the show. Along with live segments, SNL is famous for elaborate cinematic pre-taped sketches with top-notch VFX work. But because it's entirely produced on a crazy schedule of just a week, sometimes unfinished versions of shots or other mistakes accidentally end up on air. And in those cases, they get corrected afterwards for reruns on the web. Some of us spend months making a thing just for the web and still f*** it up. But this was definitely a live sketch, and this kind of compositing work would have had to be done in post. So, like all of you, I'm just really curious, what about these background pictures had to be fixed so badly? Yes?
Maybe copyrighted artwork was accidentally used by set design. You know, devil's advocate style.
Interesting theory, but I don't think so. I mean, these set designers know what they're doing. They've been doing it for 50 years, am I right, folks?
Come on!
Sit down! Also, zooming in closely here, we can see a roughly displaced rectangle of the superimposed art. The real picture underneath looks the same. Why would they need to painstakingly replace the pictures with the same pictures? Unless the issue wasn't the content of the pictures, but the way they looked. Maybe there were excessive reflections of lights and stuff. Of course, some newbie in the art department screwed up, laminated the posters, it looked terrible, he got fired, and then they just couldn't keep it looking amateur like that after broadcast. Based on the information available, it's as good a theory as any. Wait, I'm hearing now that the set dresser in question wasn't fired, but was merely sent home so he could reflect on his actions. Come on, guys, that was funny. For Debunk Update, I'm Captain Disillusion. Good night. Oh, don't look at me like that. I've done the best I could. What else do you want me to do? You mean communicate with a person? Okay, here I go. You got this, Captain. Hey, dude-rino. What's good? Hope all's good. LOL. That's awesome. Sorry for never thanking you for that favor, but here's me asking for another. Nice. Can you explain the presence of Roto in this here sketch? Question. Remember to paste the URL. I remember. No worries if not. Your friend in time, Big Dog Disillusion, Esquire. And send. Wait, maybe... What? Maybe that was a bit lame? Dude,
I pressed it. If I let go, it sends. Don't let go. I'll try to turn off the phone. Oh, God, and I forgot to paste the URL. Keep pressing. Pull it toward me.
Okay.
I mean, push it. Wait, pull or push? Just like this. Careful.
You got it?
Here we go
Okay.
now. Ah! What's wrong with you? I wasn't ready. You have destroyed my whole entire life. I'm so sorry, Captain. Please forgive me. I'm never going to be able to show my face on Earth again, and it's all your Wait, he replied. Oh. Well, that's actually fascinating.
So my contact didn't have an answer, but he did reach out to the director of the live show, and she didn't know what was changed or why either, and had to ask someone else. But eventually, an official answer was passed down. Get this. The background pictures were very different. They were originally info posters, branded with the logo of a certain company. Yeah, about that whole roasting brands thing. Under United States law, the fair use doctrine allows for the use of a trademark in a parody if it's used for commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, or research, even if it would otherwise be considered trademark infringement. But it can be tricky, so most comedy shows tend to err on the side of caution and substitute fake sound-alike brand names to make fun of. So click on this link for more legal regal, or I'll see you at His Majesty's court. But SNL is the big leagues. With an established reputation, years of precedence, and collaborative relationships with many businesses, they're not afraid to use real brand names when it's called for.
Alexa, search Amazon Go Store Black Man Trap.
Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout.
Still, there are situations when even their use of a brand is deemed questionable. Like, for example, if they stage an entire bank robbery hostage situation that turns kinky at a Chase branch. Maybe they were taking a fair use swing. Maybe Chase was a sponsor of the show that week. Maybe Lorne Michaels is little Joshua Piccadilly Morgan Chase's godfather. These are questions we simply don't have answers to because I'm not messaging Mike again. What we do know is that post-broadcast, someone somewhere in the hierarchy tasked an overworked VFX artist to rush out some last-minute fixes. Because you see, it wasn't just the posters. We were so busy looking at them, we forgot to check everywhere else. There was a giant Chase logo over the automated ATM teller machine and on the glass door. Even the exterior facade was probably a real Chase building. And why did they blur this name tag? It just said Jonathan. Almost every shot contained a branded element, so most likely after a complaint from the company, each logo had to be meticulously scrubbed from the footage and replaced with the generic and legally approved Metro Capital Bank name. But guess what? They missed a spot. In some shots, this sign on the door behind Devon is either completely removed or just blanked out. But here, as it cuts to the wide, they forgot to paint it out at all. I can clearly see the Chase service mark sphincter. Oh no! What an unfortunate oversight. Now, despite the company's best PR efforts and making SNL do a bunch of extra work, over 2.5 million people will know that the fictional robbery took place at a JP Morgan Chase subsidiary. Nobody look at it. Get it out of here. Go.
Now, wait just a minute, Captain.
What is it? What is it, YouTube funny man Jack Films?
How did you get the original unaltered footage?
Turns out it was uploaded like that to TikTok's Peacock. I mean, Peacock's TikTok.
So you could have just gotten the answer to this mystery right away by checking on TikTok?
I mean, I guess, in a way.
Or even just by noticing that one wide shot they forgot to fix in the YouTube upload.
Well, yeah.
But you didn't. You contacted the people at SNL, and even though they probably rather you didn't make a thing out of it, they kindly explained it to you.
That is essentially correct.
So what exactly was your contribution in all this?
I made it funny?
Did you, Captain D? Did you really?